Guys. I hope you guys are doing good. It's another wonderful episode of the No1 podcast. I am your host, Coach Jake. Although it looks like Instagram might be freezing on us. There we go. All right. So I hope you guys are doing good. Today, I wanted to address something that I've asked several times via like a Facebook post and an Instagram post. What's up, Simon? What's up, Shaw, Nico? Happy to see all you guys jumping in. What's up, Morgan? Happy to see you, dude. Alan, KMK, BJJ, Iris Lagos, C. Cotty. Happy to see all you guys. Throw up a hello in the chat. We got a Facebook user out there. Tell me who you are because Facebook has weird privacy issues. I can't. It doesn't tell me who you are. So anyway, yeah, man, if you guys want to message me in the chat or whatever, what we're talking about today, the question that I'm asking you guys are what are the biggest challenges, excuse me, that you face as a grappler? What are the biggest challenges that you face today as a grappler? Does that make sense? What's up, Isabella going? Merjan Zada. Thank you for the number one there. So let's, Morgan, what's up, man? D Star. What's up, Patty? I see it now. What's up? So for those of you guys that are grapplers, what is it? Okay, M Train says the biggest problem he faces as a grappler is cutting weight and having no energy for the tournament. Okay, I think that's a legit problem. Is that your biggest problem? If that's your biggest problem, I think that's a solvable one. My curiosity is peaked now, M Train. Why are you cutting weight? What are you? How much weight are you cutting? Right, that's my first question. Yeah, who else out there what is your biggest problem? Now, I want to go over like what, because I've asked this question for years because I'm trying to solve this problem for you guys, trying to provide something that will solve this for you. Okay, grapplers, just like other pro athletes, they all face challenges. Okay, that's what I'm trying to help you guys with. Some of them are like financial. Some of you guys can't afford to train the way you want or train with who you want. Injuries, dude, that was a huge problem for me, man. Wish somebody would have told me about carotid dissections before I lost my left carotid. Mental problems, you know what I mean? Like maybe you can't pull the trigger. Maybe you got confidence issues. Quality of training. Maybe I hear this all the time. Dude, I want to catch wrestling gym. I want a scientific wrestling gym, but I can't find one. Okay. Balancing, your life. Like, how do you make time for everything, right? How do you integrate grappling into your schedule? Burnout is another one. Drugs. I mean, you know what I mean? Like doping and stuff. I'm not saying you're doping. I'm saying maybe the guy in your bracket is freaking taking those vitamins from Tijuana, I'm curious, what is your biggest problem? M Train says, I couldn't beat the guy above me. So you cut weight? All right. Well, if you're having a hard time cutting weight, you need to maybe make a decision like, what is going to be better? Should I try to improve my skill set and my tactics so I can beat the guy in the weight class where I feel natural? Or got to sit in the sauna and drop all that weight? So, I mean, that's something to consider. Morgan, what's up, man? Scientific Wrestling Affiliate Gym out in Lake Charles, Louisiana. What's up, Morgan? Biggest challenge I'd say is relearning grappling. Spent so much time in BJJ. I was so used to playing bottom. Scientific Wrestling opened my mind to a whole different way of thinking. Yeah, I get that, man. I get that. Patty out on Facebook says that her age is her biggest issue. I feel that one, man. I'm 50 in like a month. I don't know if there's any way to reverse aging, but one of the things that I think is important is making sure. And Patty, are you a grappler or not? It's okay if you're not, but because this could apply to fitness as well. You just got to get in where you fit in. You know what I mean? You got to get in where you fit in. I've got to be careful because of my injury is pretty serious. Like, I mean, I had strokes and whatnot, and I only have one carotid left, so I have to be very, very careful. But every once in a while, man, somebody will lure me back into into a match. I really don't like doing that, but it's natural. You know, like when you tell somebody to wrestle 50% and then it asks, like that's always what happens to me. Um, what Patty said, have fun with the workout. That's what you're having a hard time with. So you might need to pick up something that is got a little bit of a sporting element to it, right? Like a lot of people, I'll broaden this out for people that are having a hard time in fitness in general. I'm a lifelong fitness nut. I created the Mace Bell, been coaching wrestling forever. Stepped on the mat the first time in 1977. So it's been a minute, 45 years or whatever that is, 46 years. So, the thing is this, you have to just figure out a way to get involved. For me, I hate going to the gym, like lifting weights. I just don't do it. I've probably had in my life 25 different gym memberships. I don't like it, dude. I do not like it at all. Like, it's just not me. It's boring. Like sitting there walking on a stair climber, even if I'm jamming on my music, it's just not challenging. So, I took up when I got jacked and could not do wrestling, I went hardcore on power yoga, and I found that was amazing, right? Patty says, I enjoyed the workout and feel as a female it could save my life to be strong. Yeah, Patty, you should actually start doing martial arts, man. It'll get you a great workout. Plus, it has that self-defense component to it where it can save you. So, guys, what is your biggest problem as a grappler? What is it that you're bumping up against, right? Is it burnout? Are you trying to do too much? Are you not able to integrate your life in such a way where you can do all of the things that you want to do? Today, man, I woke up, have to go to bed early, dude. Like this is the number one thing that I've been battling probably in the last 2 years is going to bed early. Because if you don't, you're not going to have enough sleep. You're not going to perform the next day. And I like to stay up late. I always have. So getting to bed early has been a huge challenge that I've overcome. Like this morning, woke up, I was at the gym. How many of you guys ever heard of HotWorks? Anybody heard of HotWorks? I try all kinds of different stuff. Man, I love HotWorks. Have you guys seen this? I literally I did rowing, like a rowing machine, and it's like a water-based thing, so it like resists. It's so cool. Rowing, elliptical bike, like Vision Quest, and cycle class. Each of those 15 minutes at 130-degree temperature in an infrared sauna. Then I jumped after 45 minutes of that row elliptical cycling. Then I jumped into the other sauna, kicked off my shoes, threw down my mat, busted out 50 push-ups, 200 sit-ups, 100 squats. And what else did I do? I think that was it. But dude, like I blew up it was ridiculous. My counter said it was like 1,200 calories or something. I'll post it on my personal Instagram at Ask Jake. Find me on there. Massage Mater. I don't know how to say your name, buddy. I'm so sorry. Not in many catch gyms. That is definitely something I am trying to solve right now. So the Scientific Wrestler affiliate fight gym. So you could see that we had Morgan on the call. He is out in Lake Charles, Louisiana. We've got one in Orlando. We've got one just north of Detroit and Windsor. They're like twin cities. We got 2 in Phoenix, 2 in Arizona, 1 in Phoenix, Glendale, and another one in Prescott. We've got 2 in San Diego, 1 in Sacramento, 2 in Colorado. So we're blowing that up, man. We're blowing up. We've got 1 in Oklahoma, the Coliseum MMA up in Norman. So we're trying to blow that up, man. If you want, I'll help you open up a gym. Massage Mater says, Massage Matt R says, there's BJJ on every corner. Yeah, dude. So I am trying to change that with this affiliate program. Now, It's complementary. What does BJJ suck at? We all see this meme going around. All the jiu-jitsu guys are so butthurt. And I love jiu-jitsu. I have nothing but respect for you guys. What I love about jiu-jitsu is the gameness, how you guys go. So it's not the level of gameness that you find in folk style wrestling, but it's still gameness, and I respect it. But BJJ is missing takedowns, missing a lot of the control and pinning, and missing a lot of the catch wrestling submissions, or stealing them and not doing them right. Be a great compliment, man, to whoever, whether it's your gym or you're just going, throw it down. Like, hey, tell the owner, dude, you got to check out Scientific Wrestling, man. Get affiliated. We can start running like legit good catch wrestling classes. Scientific Wrestling. Now, here's the thing about Scientific Wrestling, right? Why do I call it Scientific Wrestling instead of whatever catch wrestling or something like that? Okay. First, because Scientific Wrestling is a euphemism for both catch wrestling and scholastic wrestling here in the United States. And that's what we do. Billy Robinson, Wade Chows, the absolute best in catch wrestling, absolute best in folk style and pinning. Okay. And that's Scientific Wrestling. Yeah. So let's see here. The Living Dead, you fear. What's up, brother? He says, the hardest thing for any competing grappler is knowing when to stop and your prime is over. Yeah. Hard to get back to being a spectator after you've been a world champion. Dude, whether you've been a world champion or not, your whole identity gets wrapped up in the athletic endeavor. And yeah, you're right, dude. Everybody's got an expiration date. Everybody has an expiration date. And that is challenging. That was very challenging for me. I had to medically retire again because of this injury. I have a carotid dissection. So my left carotid is completely closed. I'm only getting oxygen through one pipe. And then I live at like zero oxygen at the Mile High City. It's like, I got to get out of here. Hopefully moving to Florida. If anybody's got a line on South Florida properties or anything like that, or strategies, let me know. But, yeah, dude, it was brutal when I had to, I actually was pretty depressed. It was actually a really rough time. That was right when Billy Robinson passed away. The guy was like family to me. And then I had to retire, and all happened within like 6 months, dude. I was so done with anything to do with grappling for a minute. It just was too painful, honestly. Like, I felt like, one of my family members, my best friend, died. And then I felt like a big part of me had died all at the same time. It almost took Scientific Wrestling out, honestly. Massage Matt R says, we need another Sakuraba. Yeah, well, we need to get some people practicing and training and out there. I believe that the formula, this is what I've been doing with Scientific Wrestling. Again, what is Scientific Wrestling? It's a merger of the best of catch as catch can and the best of folk style wrestling, in particular pinning. So let's break down Sakuraba for just a second, okay? Sakuraba started out with Sasahara, the Olympic gold medalist freestyle wrestler, was his coach in college. Very close to folk style back then. Freestyle's changed a lot now. But back then, when Sakuraba was in college, he was a collegiate scholastic wrestler who then added to that the Billy Robinson submissions and all that kind of stuff, right? Does that make sense? That's why Scientific Wrestling was born. He was the inspiration. That's why we sought out Billy Robinson to be a co-developer of our curriculum and a trainer for us for the last 7 years of his life, the same amount of time it took medieval guilds to reach mastery, from apprentice to master. Yeah, man, like, I agree with you, but that's what we're trying to do. And so, for example, let me give you a shining light for us. I'm very so Scientific Wrestling is expanding. And if you guys want in on this train, man, we're blowing up quick. I've added in the last month, we are hot, dude. It's actually 11,250 new followers in the last month. Let me say that again. 11,250 new followers in the last month, because everybody's waking up to what we've been doing. I think there's a couple things that are happening. One, I've been doing it for 20 years. So you got that overnight success of 2 decades of just grind. Two, a whole new generation is turned over, and they all are open to the statistics that show without a doubt that wrestling is the best base for winning in mixed martial arts, which is the big platform right now. There's a lot. And so we are blowing up. Our first year, we just launched the affiliate program. We've got 14 new affiliates. We've got one that's coming on board here shortly in the UK. Very excited about that. One coming on board shortly in Italy. Another one in Southern California. Let's see. What does Patty say? Ego is the killer of good technical wrestling, in my opinion. That's a BJJ issue. Yeah. Hey, I don't disagree. Right. This is one of the greatest things Billy ever taught, high level, that I've seen Danaher rip off, which that's all he does is just watch other people's videos and rip them off. I'm sorry, man. I mean, it is what it is. It just is frustrating for the rest of us that are getting ripped off and not given proper credit, especially from a guy who's supposed to be in the running for a PhD. I know he never made it or whatever, but he knows like how plagiarism works and citing references. It's important. Anyway, yeah, the ego thing is a problem. Billy used to say you got to learn how to learn, and that is just a lot of it is, the do it again. You've got to get out there and fail and fail and fail and fail until you figure it out. It's like that's scientific method, right? So today we're asking this question: what is the biggest issue, the biggest problem, the number one challenge that you face as a grappler? Throw it up in the chat, man. I want to talk about it. I want to see if we can maybe come up with some sort of solution for you guys, help you out, right? I know one of the first things that I had to tackle, one of the first things that people were telling me is that they have financial issues. It ain't, I mean, I don't know, man. How much money you guys make a year? Like, I have a feeling because I have all these other businesses and they're high ticket and we make a lot of money with these. Well, not a lot of money, but way more money than scientific wrestling. I do scientific wrestling. If I did scientific wrestling for profit, I would have shut the doors a decade or two, probably when I started. I'm doing this out of passion and love to help you guys. And honestly, I haven't seen anybody else able to even remotely do what I've done. That's not bragging. That's just effing facts, dude. So the thing that I've seen the most to me so far, and we're still collecting data and still trying to, are financial issues, right? The financial aspects can be very challenging for people that are doing athletics, right? Like, clearly very few grappling events pay enough to make a living. Even Gordon Ryan, dude, I would bet, I would wager that most of Gordon Ryan's money comes from selling the instructionals over at BJJ Fanatics. That's what I would say. Okay. Most of you guys aren't going to be able to do that. Okay. So not very few grappling events pay enough money to make a living. Sponsorships are dwindling, or people don't know how to go about getting them, especially for guys that you got no name, you got no following, you got 150 people on your Instagram or your Facebook. All right. So in addition, there are serious costs too, right? Like associated with training, gym memberships, equipment, travel for training, travel for competitions. That could be legit. Alfredo Avles, hello, what's up? He says, I've learned that every grappling combat discipline can be generically referred to as wrestling. Judo wrestling, sumo wrestling, Mongolian wrestling, Indian wrestling, and so forth. Therefore, jiu-jitsu is under wrestling. Okay. Yeah, it could all be called exercise too, but like sometimes I need to be specific about what I'm talking about. And sometimes I need to differentiate between sumo and judo and jiu-jitsu and catch-as-catch-can wrestling and folk style wrestling and freestyle wrestling and West Cumberland style wrestling and all the and Mongolian wrestling. So yeah, dude, this is something in linguistics called intention, INTENTION, ENSION, or extension, again with an SION. And it's about the breadth of the meaning of a term. Obviously, the more we broaden it out, the less meaning it has, right? So I feel what you're saying, but I'm not even sure what you're trying to do there, other than like maybe say jiu-jitsu belongs with folk style wrestling, and it just ain't gonna happen, man. I'm sorry. Like factually, it's cool. I understand all you guys, man. I posted that stat about wrestling being so dominant in MMA, and I understand what's happening. You guys have invested so much into Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu because it is readily available, just like Taekwondo was in the strip malls in the 80s and 90s. Jiu-Jitsu's kind of taken over, and I think that's great. I think Jiu-Jitsu is a vast improvement over Taekwondo. But dude, it's just bull. It's bull. If you're saying that Jiu-Jitsu is equivalent, it's not. It's not, and that's not a knock. It is a fantastic sport. Again, I don't know, man. I don't know why there's so much kind of insecurity about it, but it is what it is, man. I don't mean any disrespect. I think it's a great sport. I've said it a bajillion times. But Beat Down Jim. Hey, Jake, it's Big Eric. What's up, bro? What have you been up to, man? You fell off the face of the planet. But that, listen, this is what we're talking about here. What are the biggest problems that you're facing in grappling? So listen, it could be money. Like I said, financial is huge. Could be injuries. I know a shit ton of people, pardon my language, with shoulder, knee, cervical vertebra problems, and now carotid dissections and strokes. So I know that could be a problem. I think some of that has to do maybe with the way that you're training. Maybe it has to do with aggravated past injuries. Dude, mental fitness. I don't like calling it mental health because then that medicalizes mental processes when I'm not saying mental problems don't exist, but illness, unless you could see it under a blood panel or a slide. Yeah, I don't know that I think that's a trick that pharmaceutical companies have done to sell pills instead of selling actual solutions, because they can keep you on a pill for your whole life, which is what happens. Go ask a psychiatrist when the last time was that they actually cured a mental illness. You'll laugh at that, right? But that's not to say people don't have problems, right? So maybe you have a motivation problem. Maybe you have a confidence problem, right? Maybe the pressure to perform, right? Maybe you're just too risk averse, right? And what's that famous phrase? Fatigue, Vic Lombardi, right? Fatigue makes cowards of us all. Maybe you're confusing mental problems for actual physical ones, like you're not getting enough rest. You're not recovering enough. You understand? Like maybe you need to learn how to handle and like the thing is this human beings are not born with a user manual, right? And everybody wants to tell you what to do. And people don't trust, especially after lockdowns. I've done many shows on that your biggest risk as an American, statistically speaking, is the medical industry. What's called iatrogenic harm. They're killing people left and right, right? So you need to take the responsibility on yourself. We live in the age of the internet. We know that physical exercise is the greatest antidepressant, greatest anti-anxiety, whatever. You've got to go and work out, and you've got to rest, and you've got to eat right, and you got to start looking. But maybe it's not a mental issue, right? Beat Down Jim threw me up some facts and says, healing, but on my way back with doctors. Okay, hooking back up with Samson. Good. Massage Matt R says, I'm 3 hours from Sacramento. Well, Jesse Merez is in Sacramento, man, for the time being. He's moving soon, but he's an elite scientific wrestling coach, and you can go train with him. Jesse Marez, Marez. And I think he's up at a 10th Planet. He's also an affiliate in Sacramento. So go check him out if you're nearby. At 3 hours, but dude, when I wanted to do stuff, I had to drive. Dude, I had to fly people in from Japan. Okay. I wanted to train with Fujiwara. I had to fly him in for Japan for a week, put him up, and pay him. It was almost like 10K back in 2006. So you understand maybe if I'm not like too sympathetic to all the excuses that I hear. I just hear a lack of resourcefulness most of the time. Okay. Beat Down Jim says facts. Not working at night was bad for me. Yeah, dude. I mean, the circadian rhythm is a real thing, right? Totally. Like you don't need to charge money. You can go Google how the circadian rhythm in the body, which is like a proven process, has to do with light and dark and all that kind of stuff, man. It's important. So what are your biggest problems, man? You guys are quiet as a freaking mouse out there. We got Patty. Thank you for chiming in. We got Morgan and Eric and Massage Matt R chiming in. But what are the biggest problems that you're facing? Is it financial? Don't be embarrassed. Let's just grind it out and figure out how to make this happen, right? Alfredo, what's up, dude? I don't know if you heard my comment. Just scrolling through. So, Massage MATR, is he on Instagram? He is. Message me. I'll send you his info so you can reach out. But message me because I'm doing this right now. I can't stop the show. But I'll glad you get you his info. Okay. So this is what I did with the Scientific Wrestler affiliate fight gym program. This was really, I had fought doing an affiliate program for years. That's why I've been doing this stuff for 20 years, and we just launched our affiliate program last year. Why? I didn't want to do it because I had seen how it had been done by all the other martial arts groups, and I was grossed out. I was like, dude, I do not want to do this. I think it's stupid. I think it's a sellout thing. And I started asking this question: what is the biggest problem you face as a grappler? And it had to do with money, had to do with quality of training, right? Had to do with credibility, had to do with reputation, all these other issues. I couldn't solve your health or your mental strength or anything like that. I can't do that, right? But the other stuff I can do. I'm a pretty good business guy and I'm a pretty damn good coach that's paid my dues. Okay. So in grappling, Beat Down Jim, Eric says, got to want to carry that catch wrestling flag. Dude, everybody wants to carry it, but very few people can keep it from touching the ground, as Josh Barnett would say. That's a problem. There's so many people that just they go to freaking Fiverr, get a logo made, and think that is gonna make them a catch wrestling gym. It is like laughable. There's so many of these groups like this. Okay. Beat Down Jim says, great coach. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. There are so many gyms like that. That's part of why I created the coaching catch system years ago. And anybody who's like, what happens is these guys come into our camp. They only do like 3 or 4 training camps. It takes 20 for us to give you the nod, typically speaking, unless like you're a savant or something. Okay. 20 camps. That is like over $5,000. Okay. Of an investment, and 20 camps takes at least 3 or 4 years. Okay. But all these other jokers come to like 3 or 4 camps, go to Fiverr and get some guy in Pakistan to make a little logo. And all of a sudden they're, some pitiful joke, right? With no backing, no endorsement. They will throw up Carl Gotch. They will throw up Billy Robinson when they had no endorsements. They didn't want anything to do with them. They're totally abusing their names and their likenesses. This happens all the time. So I created this to create a standard, a high standard. Okay. So Scientific Wrestling, this we've only, I think we have like 10 coaches, and most of those I think are assistant coaches. I can't remember the exact number. I can go look it up, but it's hard. I mean, for all of you that want like go on a black belt or whatever, dude, to be a Scientific Wrestling coach, dude, you know what's up. You've been through the grinder. And the thing is it don't take 10 years. That's a scam. That's to keep you paying $150 at your to the affiliation to the gym so they can keep their lights on. And that's cool. I understand that. So what I did with Scientific Wrestlers, I said, listen, I'm going to solve all these problems. Financially, obviously, you're going to get this high value, high reputation, high standard coaching cert that you can make money teaching. So, for example, Jesse Merez, elite scientific wrestling coach, been with me since the beginning. When he moved to Sacramento, walked right into a 10th planet. They're like, oh, shit, yeah. Now they're probably renaming everything that he's teaching them from Catch as Catch Can and scientific wrestling. Billy Robinson, Wade Showers, all the people we've had, Dick Cardinal. They're probably all renaming it like bong metaphors or whatever. But what can you do, man? That's what happens when you're a leader. People rip you off. They follow. Okay, that's the nice way I like to put it now. But so you can make money with that. In fact, you get two. I told you it's a $5,000 investment. That's $10,000 just for being part of it, right? You get a Mace Bell cert from the guy who started the entire fitness Mace movement, dude. Okay, you can start teaching that to teach classes. Like you see on it, it's got entire classes and stuff built around it, right? Then you get, again, to solve the problem, so you can make money teaching fitness and grappling. You can also make money teaching with the resale rights. You get to sell everything that Scientific Wrestling has sold, all the instructionals, all the membership websites, all the books, all that kind of stuff. And you get like a 50% commission. Then you get a 20% commission on any event you bring somebody into. So for example, you get somebody to sign up for the accelerator camp, their first time, that's $377. You get 20% of that. That's almost $80. Dude, you just gotta throw yourself into it a little bit, right? What else do you get? Let's take some questions here real quick. Puerto Rican Rum says, I'm in my 40s with small grappling experience. Is it too late for me to learn? I understand my chances of winning the next Mundials are gone, LOL. Yeah, I don't think you're ever, as long as you're not injured and it's not a danger to you, I don't think you're ever too old. There are seniors divisions, masters divisions. So I would certainly get in, because guess what? This is the youngest you're ever going to be right now. This is the youngest right now on this call right now. This is the youngest you will ever be. So I would jump on. I would stop wasting time. Terry Mary Moo says, Tai Chi and Wing Chun, third firm to finish. I have no idea what you're talking about. Eric says, I met a guy who was a blue belt for 13 years and was trying to sell me out of school. I told him, no way. Living dead, you fear. Having a following is important for any athlete. Yeah. The problem comes when the fans want mayhem and get a slow chess match instead. So winning skillfully comes at the cost of attracting big crowds. Now, I don't necessarily agree with that. I understand what you're saying, but I believe that if you're going to be a professional, that means you get paid. That means you could be a professional custodian. It means you're a badass cleaner of buildings, office buildings. You could be a professional painter. That means you get paid to paint or illustrate. You could be a professional wrestler, which means you get paid to wrestle. It's about getting paid. Okay. That means being a professional. What does it mean to be a professional? It means you know how to make money. So there are other ways to make money as a fighter and to build a following. You need to start studying branding. You need to start studying marketing. You need to start studying negotiation. You need to start, there's a lot that you need to understand if you're going to be a professional at anything. If you're just thinking it's because you got to throw a luggage cart at a bus to get over, it's stupid. It's very short-sighted and lack of actual applying yourself to the problem of making a living with this. Now, so to that point, right, I told you make money teaching classes in fitness or grappling with the scientificwrestler.com affiliate fight gym program. You can sell resale rights to all the products and services. You can sell, you can be a promoter. You get rights to the King of Catch rule set. The only modern Catch as Catch Can rule set, co-developed by Carl Gotch. That's another one everybody's been ripping off since 2007. That's been going. So you can make money as a promoter. But here's the kicker. I love small business and I want you guys to succeed. And I understand the importance of winning financially. to be able to make your goals happen. What's up, Catch Jedi, CWO? Thank you, sir. Beat down Jim. No, I am 55 and I'm kicking ass. Yeah, right, dude. I like it. Beat down Jim. Catch wrestling works. It depends on the catch wrestling. I would probably amend that and say scientific wrestling works. You see what I did there? Catch Jedi. Dude, I'm 50 and I go with 20 and 40 and have no problem. Yeah, dude, Will's a badass, dude. He just came to our last Denver camp. Totally grinded out, just a stud. Beat down Jim. Yeah, I own all the young BJJ guys. Well, Eric, you're a massive dude who now knows how to move your weight and how to do takedowns. So I'm sure they really are not having fun with that. But I love small business. So one of the things, because I do understand that the financial thing is a big problem, especially in a time like right now where we are literally, people want to say, oh, we're heading to a, dude, we've been in a recession, man. We've been in a recession. Interest rates are high. Inflation is high. Loans are tight. No, everybody's maxed out on their credit card. It's something like 70% of Americans can't even get their hands on $1,000 in case of an emergency. Dude, this is the problem. All of you guys have trusted establishment people. Dude, the first thing you have to do is study history. So you begin to understand the only person who gives a shit about you is you. There's not, dude. There's not. Maybe your mom, but she could be dead or doesn't have the financial means or the financial knowledge to help you. You have to take responsibility for you, and outsourcing it to government schools. I don't even call them public schools. Let's get rid of all this bullshit euphemisms. Government schools, they're just teaching you how to shut up, sit down from 7 o'clock to 3 o'clock and do what you're told the whole time with 15 minutes for exercise or recess and a shitty 30-minute lunch with like substandard food. And then you got another 3 hours of homework when you get home. It's just creating slaves. I don't know what to tell you. Shut up, sit down, or you get an F or you get an A or whatever. Like that's what they're creating is compliance. That's what school teaches. That is not going to teach you to be free. It's the opposite of being free. Being free is taking responsibility. Those two words are synonymous. I know they're spelled different, but freedom and responsibility are two sides of the same coin. It's a double-edged sword. Freedom and responsibility, same sword. Okay? You have to take charge of this. This is why I coach financial literacy, dude. I have a master's degree in financial mathematics, which is basically like derivatives, statistics, calculus, some computer programming. Okay. I did that. I worked as a statistician. I worked in investment banking as a quant, did all that. Started financial companies, sold them, started small businesses, started entire cultural movements like the fitness mace. Like I've paid the dues, guys, right? I'm not bragging. I'm trying to get through some of you guys' thick skulls that you got to drop the ego, just like what Patty was saying, because you're not going to learn. One of the biggest hindrances to learning is if you're trying to be the smartest guy in the room. That means everybody else is dumber than you. If you're in that room, how are you going to improve? Growth is uncomfortable. Growth means fumbling, falling, so you can learn how to stand, and so you can learn how to not fall, and now you can learn how to jump and run and sprint. You have to fail. This is what the public schools have done that's so wrong, making failing the worst thing you could do. They should flip it. They should flip the grades. If you're failing, it means you're trying. Right? Well, not really. Most people who fail, it's because they're actually not applying themselves. But you get my point. Like the people that are trying, that's called the scientific method, man, is experimentation. Instead of failure, call it experimentation. But you got to start learning this, dude. That's why I call it scientific wrestling. I really do. I mean, I'm not talking this science that pharmaceutical and medical people try to pull over your eyes with just language trick. I'm talking like experiment, see what works, get rid of what don't, and keep moving on that path, dude. Like scientific method for real. But you need to start doing that with finance. You need to start learning. Like how many people, if I said to you, probably the fastest way for you to make money right now is to take a sales job. Go become a salesperson. I guarantee you 90% of you guys are like, oh, I can't do that. Oh, because there's in your head, you've been trained to say that's repulsive or that you don't like it or whatever the problem is. I'm telling you, that's for most of you guys out there, starting your business, business ain't it. The lottery ain't it. It's going and getting a sales job because you can find a high commission job and start figuring out how to provide value to people. Okay. Entrepreneurship is a close second. Okay. Entrepreneurship is a close second. But the problem is the entrepreneur has all the downside risk, whereas the salesperson doesn't. Salesperson just makes money if they make a sale. Same with the entrepreneur. But then the entrepreneur has to pay payroll, taxes, like all, admin stuff, marketing expense, get the leads. Like it's a much bigger problem. You understand? So what did I do to try to solve that for grapplers? I gave you guys, if you become a Scientific Wrestling affiliate fight gym, scientificwrestler.com, go check it out, man. Look at the freaking offer. Seriously, you get 10x certified, elite 10x business coaching. I was Grant Cardone's number 2 coach in my first year with the organization. And only one of 20 people chosen to be one of the elite coaches where Grant actually gives us his clients to work with. I'm giving that to you included with the affiliation, man. I will show you sales and marketing. Beyond that, I just launched an entire marketing platform that's AI powered. It will drive the marketing for you. I'm like literally solving the problem. And you guys, like, it's been sitting here for a year and only 14 people, I'm not meaning to be rude, but like only 14 people had either the cojones or the brains to jump on board like that. Because they're like, oh my God, this is a no-brainer. And they're blowing up. I don't know, man. I don't know what else I can do. But that said, guys, what is your biggest problem in grappling, right? What is that? That's what we're talking about today. I'm only going to hang out here for maybe another 5-10 minutes. I would love for you guys to go check it out. Scientificwrestler.com. And here's the thing. I broke this down a little bit yesterday. Right now, dude, the first 8 people that got in for $8,000 total. That's all they ever have to pay. And they broke it down. Some people finance it. So they're paying like $225 a month for like 2 years, and they forever get the benefits. All those benefits that I already listed off. They're at scientificwrestler.com. You can go check them out for $8,000 and financed. Then I offered financing because some of these people had bad credit. So I said, I'll carry the credit. So you give me a good down, which means you're committed, and I will carry the rest of it. You don't even have to ding your credit. Right now, you could do that. You could sign up right now, scientificwrestler.com, pay the down payment, put it on your credit card, whatever, and then I think it's $225 a month. Dude, no other affiliate. I was so grossed out by them. All of them, every single one. None of them gives you the support, this high standards, all of that, man. None of them. Go jump on this. I am trying to tell you for you. I don't make I make my money consulting and coaching businesses. Okay. I am helping you start a whole new life. That's it. You just have to take some responsibility because there's a lot of material to learn, not only on the business side, but on the wrestling, the grappling side, the scientific wrestling. Again, scientific wrestling means a hybrid. It's scholastic wrestling, like folk style, a la Wade Challis, the very best, and Billy Robson, catch can, the very best, and a little bit of Carl Gotch, the very best. Like, I don't know what to tell you guys. Here's what I'm going to tell you. Okay. I'm going to tell you this right now. It's $10,000 one time. I am going to be changing this. It will bump up. I have 2 more affiliates, right? Once Italy signs and the UK signs and California signs, we will be at 15 affiliates globally. in our first year. Okay. I say it on the website, when we hit 15, it goes to 15K. That's five. You're going to save $5,000 if you get in before we hit the. You have to be one of the original 15. You have to get in now to get the $10,000. Again, I can work around your credit. The only thing I can't work around is if you've got a bad background, and I'll even work around like stuff that's reasonable, right? But there's people that definitely got booted from this business, from my business, because of their lack of ethics. Some of you know who that is. They're the pits. Anyway, Beat Down Gym. To own a Gracie Barra school, you have to have 25K liquid to even qualify. Dude, yeah, it's like that's a franchise. It's ridiculous. They don't give you anything what I'm giving you. Do you understand the franchise model? Franchises, you don't make money. You make just enough money, but you never get like FU money rich. Dude, I am giving you an entire business in a box in the grappling space with one of the most prestigious brands for 10K, dude. And I'm telling you, it's going to go to 15K. And in fact, what I think I'm going to do when we hit 15K, when we hit, 15 affiliates or $15,000, because of what I am offering is so much better than every other affiliation out there, hands down. Dude, give me the Pepsi challenge, man. Let's go. Anybody. I don't care. Anybody. I will bury them because I'm just a competitive guy and I always want to be number one. And this is the number one affiliate fight gym program. When we hit 15, I think I will make an option for people to join for $500 a month. Is that something that would interest you guys? It will still be, but that's $500 a month into perpetuity, because you're going to make way more than $500 a month with this, especially once I get this marketing, my AI marketing system done, which probably about 3 weeks to a month away from actual launch. And I can launch it for anybody. I'm going to launch it for some of my businesses that I consult with and coach with. Dude, this thing is like lead gen on automation. It's sick. It's sick. Anyways, I don't know if this would appeal to you guys, but once we hit 15, I might just make it $500 a month, maybe $300 a month. I got to get a feel for the market. I'm curious because I know we got people on Facebook and Twitter and YouTube and Instagram. If you were to pay, here's the question. How many of you guys have ever thought to make the jump and chase your passion, to professionally either run a school or to coach or to do something to actually make money in grappling and MMA? How many people? Give me a number one in the chat. If people have thought, hey, I want to do this professionally. I'm moving beyond hobby and just showing up to practice once or twice a week. And I'm actually going to try to make some cash with this by delivering value to other people that are interested in this. It's only getting bigger, dude, especially with the merger with Endeavor that acquired both WWE and UFC under the same company, man. It's only going to get massive I'm telling you. Okay, Beat Down Gym, that's one person. I know there's more of you guys out there. You just all, I don't know, what are you, afraid? How can you be afraid and be a grappler? Maybe that's a problem. Maybe that's your number one problem. Maybe it's cowardice. Are you afraid? Do you not have trust in your own abilities to make money by yourself? Or do you have to go because you've been so brainwashed by the government schools that you have to just sit down and shut up and have somebody tell you what to do all day? Just being real, man. Just being real. I've lived by my wits for over 2 decades. 90% of businesses fail in the first 10 years. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 that have all survived that. All of them. That statistic. I'm here to help you guys, but you have to help yourself. I'm literally sitting here Like if I could reach through the screen and shake you and slap you, yeah, I might even slap you. I would be like, dude, get your head out of your, you know what, and take a freaking risk and get this going. Stop being a wimp. Stop it, dude. And you see what it's gotten you so far. You've got to start taking risks. You got to throw down, man. Terry Mary Moo. Venice Garriseret Commission. I have no idea what you're saying half the time. Are you not? I only speak English, which is my liability. I speak a little bit of Spanish, but I wish I could speak other languages. That's my next thing. I'm going to be 50 here. On the tail end of my life, I'm going to travel because I love travel, man. I've learned more from the travels to Europe and Mexico and islands and all these other places, man. I want to see the whole world, which means I'll be coming out to you with Catch as Catch Can with scientific wrestling. All right. So, okay. So you've got to make a decision. And again, I told you the fastest way for you to make money is to start selling. But guess what? With the affiliate program, there's almost no downside. You just have to throw down for a partner fee, for an affiliate fee. It's not actually partnership, but legally, but like an affiliation, like a license to sell, a license to kill a bill, right? Let's make some money. Massage Matt R. How does someone start if they're just getting into catch? Well, you start and you show up at every opportunity. Let me give you an example. Our very first affiliate was Scientific Wrestling Canada. I know you guys on Instagram know who they are because they're like blowing up. Okay. Scientific Wrestling Canada. Guy had been doing Kung Fu classes. He's a cop, a SWAT officer. Kung Fu was like maybe a blue belt in jiu-jitsu. It just didn't sit right with him. He loved what we were doing, jumped at the chance. He was the first one. Dude, it was like a mess even when I first launched it. And we're constantly refining. I've added so much value just since they've started, right? But my point is, we provide it for you. So I hold usually 8 to 10 of these camps every year. It takes 20 camps to get to full coach. They've already hit 8 or 9. They're almost to assistant coach, which is 10 camps in 1 year. Another year, they'll be full coach. And they're taking it back to their gym. By the way, they have a guy on the Canadian Olympic team or something at their gym now because we teach you in a way that accelerates you, stuff that's straight from the top, from Wade Chalice and Billy Robinson, the greatest stuff. So Massage Matt R., how does someone start if they're just getting in? You freaking start. You throw down, you invest, you burn the bridges, and you freaking do it. And then you do it again. And then you do it anyway. And then you do it some more. And then you finally win, and then you start doing that again. But if you don't start, dude, like, you're just going to be some guy scrolling, right? He who hesitates masturbates. Just saying, dude. Like you got to pull the trigger. You got to take the risk. You got to jump in. You got to make a decision. You got to commit. Commitment and consistency, discipline. These are things that you're going to learn with us that have been completely stripped from the American identity in the last 20 years. Persistence, grind, guts. Dude, I stroked out, lost a carotid artery. I have a broken neck, overcame cancer. Do you understand why I have zero freaking sympathy? And I still sought out Billy Robinson, Carl Gotch, Wade Chalice, Fujiwara, Dick Cardinal, Gene LaBelle. Stop. Get moving. Stop with the bullshit in your brain. You guys waste all your time just sitting here thinking and blah, blah, blah. Pull the trigger. Stop thinking. I don't know if you ever have a coach tell you, you need to stop freaking thinking. You're thinking too much. Paralysis by analysis is a way I've heard it called. You got to shut up in your brain and pull the trigger and commit and do it anyway and do it again and then do it some more. Pull the trigger, get committed. Beat down Jim. Eric says, I'm on my third camp. You're just starting, brother. I think I must be on my, if I've done 10 camps, minimum 10 camps a year since 2004, 20 times 10. So 200 camps. You're at like 1%. So let's go. Do you feel what I'm saying here? I'm not being rude. I'm holding you to a freaking higher standard, and you guys ain't used to it. Get on it. I don't know what to tell you guys. It's just crazy. Beat down. Jim says it's awesome knowledge. Thanks, dude. I'm glad you're enjoying it, man. But again, you got to show up, and you got to figure it out. Yeah, because the thing is, I got to buy. If you're a freaking communist, I don't even want to argue with you. You've got to figure out how to make more money. Okay, I'm not going to try to disabuse you of the programming. You got to make more money so you can start afford to invest in your own personal development and your professional development. This does both. I have told you a million times, the number one way for a person to personally develop themselves is through wrestling, scientific wrestling, in my opinion. The number two is entrepreneurship. This does both in one fell swoop. I see people paying $10,000 to go to a effing weekend with Tony Robbins. And what are you getting out of it? Not to knock Tony Robbins, but what really? Like, dude, really? I'm like, dude, $10,000, you are forever part of here. I'm going to give you 20 camps for free. I'm going to give you a MACE certification for free. I'm going to give you resale rights to everything that I have produced in 20 years. Over 10,000 pages of book material, 20 or more instructionals that I produced, that I filmed, that I hired the guys, websites that I built, brand that I built, like all of that, dude, for 10 grand. You guys are freaking sleeping, dude. You're sleeping. I'm trying to tell you this, and prices are going up, and they're going quick. You have literally 2 more affiliates before you lose $5,000. Right now, you figure it out. Go figure it out, dude. I guarantee you, if you wanted it bad enough, if you were urgent enough, if you were desperate, if you were disgusted with yourself, I know many people, man, it's 2 days until the rent's due, and they figure it out. They get, because of that desperation, they figure it out. 2 days, and they all of a sudden come up with thousands of dollars. Telling you, dude, all you guys, oh, they come up to me, oh, I'm so sad I didn't get to train with Billy. That's your fault, dude. That's your fault. I'm not even sad for you. I feel sorry for you because you missed out, because you can't pull the trigger. This is the youngest you're ever going to get, man. You're going to die. Everything around you will die. Anything that's alive dies, and you don't have any idea when that's going to happen, especially if you're one of these people who took that injection. Sorry, I mean, I do feel for you if you fell for that crap. You got to pull the trigger, dude. Pull the trigger. Scientificwrestler.com. Get over there. Look at the offer. If you're on Instagram, the top post I actually did is for the Scientific Wrestler Affiliate Fight Program. Has all the value stack that you get. And again, yeah, okay. One of the cheapest affiliates out there is $300 a month forever, or you lose the affiliation. That's how most of them work. Okay, you got to pay every month $300. Okay, and that's a cheap one. I know the Machados pay like $400 and make you pay $400 forever. Look, I'm going to take my calculator right here. I got my cell phone. I'm going to bust open the calculator. And let's take, at $300 a month, $10,000 divided by 300. Okay, 10,000 divided by $300 a month. 33 months. Divide that by 12. That's 2 years, less than 3 years. If you go sign up with the $300 dude, okay, the second you go past the third quarter in the second year, you're saving $300 a month by making this decision. This is why I will be bumping it up, because I'm a year in, and I now am seeing why these guys do that, because you need the revenue to foster growth, right? So that's why I'm saying I'm going to make this $300 to $500 a month forever, just like all the other guys. You got literally 2 or 3 more affiliates to go. Whenever they pull the trigger, dude, it's gone. Don't know what to tell you, man. Do not know what to tell you other than you missed out. FOMO. You guys, your FOMO ain't bad enough. You guys are used to it because now there's an acronym for it. Dude, you could completely alter the course of your life like the other affiliates have. You saw Morgan on here, man. He jumped on Silverback Muay Thai. He's like, dude, oh my God. Completely changed the whole way I thought about grappling. It's just true. I don't know what to tell you guys. And I'm not saying, the thing is a lot of you guys are missing the boat too. You're afraid of wrestling. Because some stud wrestler came in, cleaned your clock, didn't even have a white belt. He does not give 2 craps about your mystical guru shit. He doesn't. He's just going to mop the fucking floor with you. But what I'm trying to tell you is you may be sheerly just afraid of that, the level of intensity, the level of physicality, but we're going to teach you. We're going to teach you. And you'd be very surprised, because the way that I've had to learn is actually not even a very super athletic way to do it. It's athletic, but almost anybody can do it. Dude, if Kyle Maynard can win championships, dude, you're like, you got no excuse. He's out there grinding, dude. KM1413. Hey, hello, coach. Is it coaching course or as wrestle? I don't know what that means. So we have just a straight coaching course, right? That's coachingcatch.com. You guys can go check that out. And that's like a certification class. We do them as one-off accelerator camps, but they're part of the coaching curriculum. So you can do a coaching course with us. We have some online stuff, but let's be real. You have to actually show up. Wrestling's done not online. It's not a video game. It's real. So the coaching catch is being here in the room. You have to train with us. But the affiliate program goes beyond that. It's the coaching certification and the curriculum. Billy Robinson, Wade Chalice, Carl Gotch, Dick Cardinal, and a little bit of Gene LaBelle from my time with him, but Frank Shamrock from working with Frank, endorsed by Frank Shamrock, endorsed by Wade Chalice in this program. But then it's also a business in a box. You get so much stuff, and I've kind of gone on and on about that. So yeah. Anyway, guys, we're at over an hour. I appreciate all you guys hanging out. Okay. I am here to help you. Pull the freaking trigger, dude. Pull the trigger. DM me. Let's get on a phone call. I'll explain. I'll get you whatever information. I'm not going to push you into doing it. I've already done that here. Can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. Right? So I will explain how it works, all of that. Just message me. Let's set up 10, 15 minutes to talk on the phone to see if it's a good fit, because it's not a good fit for everybody. Okay. You do have to start hosting catch wrestling class every week. Okay. There are things that are required for you to be in good standing. You could still be an affiliate. You could still sell things. We have affiliates that don't even have gyms. Do you know that? And they go tour around. Jesse's a perfect example. He makes money, gets paid by 10 Planet Sacramento, I believe, I'm assuming, for the amount of stuff he's doing for him. But yeah, anyway, so KM14313 says, thank you for replying. May the Lord be with you always. Thank you. And also with you. I got all the Catholic programming still in me. Beatdown Jim says, and you, Jake, thank you. Yeah, dude, of course, man. So guys, scientificwrestler.com has the value stack. Get over there. Let me help you help yourself and overcome these problems in grappling. This is where this came from. Was I asked this question years ago, put it up. You guys might see it. I post it fairly frequently, every couple months. What is your biggest problem as a grappler? Financial stuff always comes up. catch as catch can and being able to train folk style and catch as catch can with quality curriculum comes up. We've solved all these problems. Okay. All right, guys. I appreciate all of you. Thank you for hanging out with me on this Saturday. Have a killer night. Dude, like I told you, man, I had a great workout already today. First thing this morning. It was amazing. You guys need to get out, get your legs stretched. Go have a great day. Appreciate you.